Okay, hello people, I'm NerferX, and welcome to this bench that's not mine. Mine's normally a ton messier than this. Big shout out to Jim for letting me do this at his place. Look, what we've got here is I'm going to do a quick video on a bunch of seeders and what you can potentially get out of them if you do some very basic mods. Very basic mods are just simple barrel changes and little things to the plungers just to, and seals to fix things up. So this one here being my friend Jim's. This is a very nice blaster. What we did to this was just basically fix the seals up on it and give it a longer barrel, which has dramatically improved its accuracy and given it a bit more FPS than what it was originally doing. I think out of the box these things are hitting about 130 to 150. Stock as a sport, as the Cedar Sport kit. This one here now can hit up to about 230 we've had it at. And that is just, like I said, those simple changes. So just to rip this apart, I have pulled the pins out already. Okay, things if you are going to do to a Cedar, on the stock spring, the polycarbonate bolt sled that it comes with is adequate. I would say to anyone that if you are going to do something, switch yourself out straight away to some form of a metal bolt sled. The worker ones work really well for the Retaliator in these. They're cost effective, and then you can pretty much put any spring load you like in there up to about 12 kilos if you are running the polycarbonate plunger tube and the stock plunger. This one here does now have a alpha kit off a long shot barrel in there. So this round runs instead of the teeny weeny little barrel where the scar would be sitting inside the unit, which is about here. The barrel that I think it's only about 15 or 20 centimeters long, has given it the extra length. It does park the scar outside the blaster now. And yeah, that has given it a nice little FPS nudge. That's very simple things to do. On the plunger head side of things, and I will get this one out. Out you come. And I will get this up to our camera if it'll focus. Okay, you may see that there are, the plunger sits quite tight, or the O-rings are quite tight on there. I've removed the speed seal. Oops, back in camera. I've removed the speed seal off these. So for the reason being that these are a tapered plunger tube, they don't have the best seal at the back end of the tube. So this actually, by giving it a more solid seal, I'm actually getting it to engage here instead of here. So I actually am getting half the tube to work now instead of quarter of it. Alright, just whack this one back together. Best thing about the Cedar compared to some of the other platforms on the market is just the ease of use and how quickly you can slap these things back together when you line everything up properly. And that is that. Done. Just needs the pins in it. Cedar Sport, 12 kilo spring, metal bolt sled, 25 centimeter jet alpha barrel. Okay, let's have a look. .201, 182, 191, 194, 183, oops, 171, I'm not happy with this, 189, 218, 202, 191, that's out, so we have a high of 218, a low of 171, and an average of 192. Okay, if you want to go to something a little bit more hardcore, this one belongs to a friend of mine. This was originally an Omni kit, and the Omni kit is absolute trash. For the life of me, with Jet always saying how they want to go to that half dart ecosystem, yeah, to bring out a blaster that was shooting full length darts just didn't make any sense. The Omni kit was only doing, I think, about 80 or 90 feet per second. It was no real better than, say, a stock blaster. And for the money that you paid for it, it was a bit outrageous, I honestly believe. But, you know, that's what Jet wanted to do. What I've done with this one here is I actually purchased, like Jim, one of the Cedar Sports, and I wanted to put better internals in it so I could run much heavier spring loads, and we will get to mine in a second. This one here that has been done for Grant, it either runs a long shot 25 centimeter alpha kit barrel, and that does push it to the way this one's tuned for the PBL that we're in, the Perth Blaster League that we planned. This is tuned to 200 FPS with a 25 centimeter alpha kit barrel. What I have done is put in a brass barrel, 12 inches of brass, just so we can show you what kind of FPS this thing will put out on a 12 kilogram spring. And it does get pretty ludicrous. It goes right up in terms of its numbers. Okay, so this is an original Cedar Omni shell, but it has the Cedar Sport internals inside. Again, metal bolt sled, this time with a 12-inch brass barrel. Again, on a 12 kilo spring. We'll just reset the chrono. .207, 228, 242, 225, 231, 239, 221, 246, 232, 229, and that's the empties. So a high 246, a low of 207, and an average of 230. All right, and so my bad boy. Yeah. This here is a fully customized set of internals. It does run stuff from all over the show on it. I have in here the, that's from AK Blaster Mods, their metal plunger tube. It does have a custom plunger rod in there that I've had made up. It also goes to the worker, internals, where I've got the worker bolt sled, metal bolt sled, and then a worker pusher. Slash breech in there. This is also running an absolute truckload of barrel. I am running 30 centimeters on a barrel on this. I can run up to 35. That'll get me up over 300 FPS. But this one here with the 30 centimeter barrel tends to work really well across all spring loads. So yeah, I'll show you how that works later as well. Again, I'm not going to show you what I've done on this because that's mine. I'm keeping that to myself. Sorry, people. But yeah, the Cedar is probably one of the best platforms I've come across, and it's rapidly becoming like my favourite blaster. Especially considering that I am an ex-Zeus 2 user. I love my long shot platforms, but being able to get something that is this lightweight, and well, I'm making a dog's breakfast of this one. You can get something that is this lightweight and has that kind of power. You know, this thing here is given my ex-Zeus a full run for its money. This is my customized Cedar S. It does have the metal plunger tube, my customized plunger rod, metal bolt sled, a 30 centimeter barrel, and a worker scar on the end of it. Let's see where this is at. Safety always helps. 240, 234, start 207, oops, 225, 262,
229, 244, they're all over the place, 267, 235, 265, and I'm out. So that means a high of 267, a low of 207, and an average of 240.